And we'd like to welcome you back for the second game of our doubleheader today here at Veterans Memorial Stadium between the Samoana Sharks and the Fagaitua Vikings. Right now, the captains are on the field, getting ready for the coin toss with the head referee, Dr. Seth Galatni. The other officials are Molia Josebea, Garcia Tataina, Dan Flumono, and Bob Tuyasosopo. Pete, the matchup between these two teams coming off a big win, Samoana beating Leone last week and Fagaitua beating the Maris Crusaders. What do you think? What's in store for us today, this big game?
Well, I think the Fagaitua Vikings have a good chance of upsetting because I think the Samoan Sharks are the favorite team for today's game. But Fagaitua Vikings have a good chance of upsetting the Samoan Sharks if they're able to keep the ball away from their offense. The offense isn't a high-powered offense like the Water offense, but their offense can put points on the scoreboard. And one thing they got to do is that, the Samoan Sharks offense is one of those grind them out type of offenses. If you let them, you just keep on going. They're just going to keep on running the same play until you break. And every once in a while, they'll throw a trickery play in there or a pass where actually that's where they scored last week was on a pass, right?
Most of, everybody was, they're a controlled offense. They run the ball, run. But last week, I guess, when whatever the defense gives you, I guess that's what you take, and that's what Samoana did. They took to the air and was able to get scores for the win against Leone last week. On the other hand, Fagaitua, what they need to do is play heads-up D. Their defense is susceptible with that loss against Tafuna, that first game of the season, and also being scored upon by the Maris Crusaders last week for 2 touchdowns. I know it was late in the game, but still, their defense got to come up big against the big offense of the Samoana Sharks.
Well, the head coach for the Fagaitua Vikings is Elvis Leofau. Offense coordinator is Lau Niu Matutolo. Quarterback coach is Lang Mona. Wide receivers Lapiki Lapiki. The defense is headed by Bone Talasay. Linebackers are run by Sanele Siloy. And the defensive backs are run by Junior Nasir.
The coaches for Samoana Sharks, head coach Momo Vayao, offensive coordinator Elias Tavali, defensive coordinator Simon Magill, defensive back coach John Jennings, defensive line coach Noah Jr., offensive line coach Richard Simon Tafa, quarterback coach Tasi Ta Toto, and receiver coach Pepine Lauvao. Student assistant is David Bird.
The starting players for the Fagaitua Vikings is Yuasa Tuya at quarterback. Fitu Falalau, he's the wide receiver with Filo Fossi, the middle linebacker, Mike Taisei, the middle linebacker. Jesse Vainai at wide receiver from Giljan Alau. James Suotola at quarterback. Chris Fafoa, outside linebacker, and the running back for the Fagaitua Vikings, who has been a really outstanding player for the Fagaitua Vikings, number 30, Alatise Amamuia.
The offense on the Fagaitua won the point toss, so they'll be on offense. I'll be the defensive starters for the Samoana Sharks. Number 3, Tuyuli Savai. Number 23, Dao Marima. Number 26, Awoi Munio. Number 48, Bauer Ferremo. Number 51, Stephen Young. Number 54, Eli Pacao. 55, George Asalem. 56, Chris Sal. 58, Ruben Nicola.
John L. is the one who covered that short kick by the Samoana team.
The Fagaitua will take over. Little past the 30-yard line. Fagaitua will get a chance to see what they have to offer here against a stingy defense of the Samoana Sharks.
One thing that the Samoan Sharks linebacker do, like we said, it's an outstanding. I mean, it's one of the best I've ever seen here in American Samoan football. Spearheaded by John Acevedo, Quincy Sao, Liu Pao, and one more other guy I can't remember his name, but they have an outstanding linebacker crew.
Inside handoff to the fullback, Wayne, number 5 for no gain. Also, Raymond to stop that. A straight head dive with a fake option. Going to bring up second down and 10. Yosa. Give it to Mundi. Open. They're open. Down to the left side of the line. And Quincy Sao, 56, tackles Muimuia on the 45-yard line of the Samoan Sharks. A good 22-yard gain.
Two standouts in that last series of downs with Alatisa and Quincy Sao going head to head with each other in this game.
Good call there. Good blocking up front.
Nice cut.
Good run. Some missed tackles there by the Sharks, but brought down after a gain of about 7 was George Asalili. Fagaitua attacking that front 7 of the Samoana Sharks and doing a heck of a job so far.
But it's the same thing that Fagaitua did against the Tafuna Warriors in the first game of the first half, or the first quarter. They just took the ball down and had the opportunity to score, but then they didn't actually score during the first half.
Just the opposite of last week's game.
Right.
So to bring up second and about 3 yards. Option outside. Option outside. And we got a flag. We got a flag over here on this side of the field. Like he said,
Getting up slowly.
pushed out, but after the first, but close to the first down, but there was a flag on the play. And it could be against Fagaitua. And he's confirmed, the head referee confirmed with the Samoan Shark captain, George Asalili. And we do have a penalty, and it's holding against the Fagaitua Vikings.
Bad break for the Fagaitua Vikings, who are moving the ball on the Samoan Sharks. On the ground, for that matter.
That's a bad break because it'll bring them back 10 yards. The down will go over. Yosa. Yosa. Give it to short gain of about a yard. It'll bring up third down and 11.
That was a big Kenny Masaniaya on that last snap.
He played hurt last week at the flu. I think
looks like he recovered on that
last week. Fagaitua has to get to about the 34-yard line of the Sharks. We also 2-yard quarterback. Pitches out to Artise.
He's wide open.
Wide open.
Oh, we got a flag.
He was open, but the pass was short. And we have a flag in the area of either holding or offensive lineman downfield. Illegal receiver downfield.
I think one thing about that option, that halfback pass, was that Alatise took too long to throw the ball.
Oh, and the penalty was against Samoana for roughing the passer.
It just took too long to throw the ball. Because if he had thrown it ahead of time, he would have been able to lead the receiver. It was a halfback pass.
quarterback passed the ball off to
He laddered the ball to the running back.
was it on the original quarterback or running back?
I think it was on Alexis.
Okay. Be first and 10. Flag on the play. Double reverse. Open on the left side.
Cut it through the middle.
Fitu. Palalau. It's close to another first down, but we have another flag on the play. And I think it's legal procedure on offense.
That would be another bad break, so a good play by the Vikings. They're moving the ball, but they just got to make sure they can control themselves and lining up right.
I think they didn't have enough men on the line. They have to have at least 6, 7 men on the line of scrimmage. So it'll bring them back 5 yards, and it'll be first and 15. The ball on the 35-yard line.
Whoever's calling the play for the Fagaitua Vikings is doing a very good job.
Good play calling so far, keeping the Sharks guessing which way you're going to go next.
They ran the ball a couple times. They're in that wishbone formation. They ran the ball a couple times. They did the halfback pass. And then they did number 4 coming right across the middle. I think he's probably one of the best guys.
He's going both ways as a receiver on offense and then a DB on defense. And we have a timeout.
And you can tell he has some speed.
Called by the Fagaitua Vikings. At that timeout, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Ben Maua, owner and proprietor of the Pacific Cellular, who's bringing you these games every weekend.
Well, we're going to be joining myself and Ed and some of the other members of the KVZ crew. We're going to be picking a player of the game for this game, and they will be given a Pacific Cellular phone T-shirt. Pacific Cellular phone T-shirt, similar to the ones that me and Ed always wear. And the KVZ crew.
So we'll bring up first down and 10 after that timeout. Yasa Tuya at quarterback. Back to pass. Quick inside pass, but pass thrown behind the intended receiver, Fitu Fa'alaulau. We bring up second down.
Quarterback just hesitated just a little bit too much before the field. That's got to be a quick pop over here.
It's got to be a quick pass. The receiver has only got a little bit of room to get open. So in the shotgun is Yasa Tuya.
Open, number 4 is
pass
wide open.
80, wide open. Get it.
Oh!
Wide open.
Both of them are wide open. Number 4 and number 80.
Number 8.
One heck of a throw by the quarterback to him.
Getting wide open behind the linebacker. Power on that play. There's no way you can cover a tight end.
I'm surprised that the receivers are just wide open.
So the ball on the 10-yard line, and Fagaitua threatening. And the defense looked like they jumped off sides, and they'll mark it down to the 5-yard line.
Number 4, he went out for the pass. He's being covered by when number 4 goes in the slot, you'll see that George goes out.
Well, you notice you don't see any DBs. You all see linebackers. Right? You don't see any DBs in there. And I think what Fagaitua is doing is taking advantage of it.
Was that very close to the touchdown?
And Muia.
Looks like bring up a second down and about 1 foot to go for a touchdown.
Looked like he went across the line of scrimmage, but I guess his knee dropped down right at about the half-yard line of the Sharks.
I was giving him a touchdown because he rolled over on top of somebody.
Yeah, that should have been a touchdown because he wasn't down on the ground. He rolled over a couple of Samoana players. So it'll be second down, goal to goal. Tise going across and scoring.
Touchdown.
And with no hesitation, Fagaitua takes the ball down and rams it down Samoana's throat for the first score.
There's
No, they don't have any respect so far for the once dominant Samoan Sharks.
One thing that you always say that when you try to get your players motivated, say they put their pants on the same way that we do. So nothing different between them and us.
Going for the 2-point conversion. This is
it
to Mike Tassé, but was dragged down there by Emil Paupau. Coming up from his outside linebacker position.
An interception, a big interception against the Leon Lions last week.
And on that touchdown, with 7 minutes and 52 seconds left in the first quarter, the score 5-6. Samoana 0.
Got a lot of stars on the Shark fans, but
Just like happened last week,
one thing that we know about this Samoan team is that they're not very good catch up team. They have to put points on the board and let their defense keep the opposition off the scope.
what was surprising last week was, they were behind 8-7, and it looked good. It looked like it was, the momentum was shifting to Leone, and then Leone key mistakes allowed someone to go ahead and get a couple of those touchdowns to keep them ahead for the win. So TC kicking off for the Fagaitua Vikings.
What are you going to get the great crowd?
Baby Familia back to receive for the Samoan Sharks.
Nice kick by Letizia.
32.
He was hit by 97. 97 doing the initial hit. And 37 Mau Jr.
Don Leo is number 97 and Mau Jr. number 37. So the Sharks take over all around the 25-yard line. I think the clock needs to get started.
That's supposed to start right when the ref throws the whistle.
Young Thompson,
Showing blitz.
as always, Fagaitua,
What are they doing? They're passing on first down.
passing. Something different for the Samoan Sharks. Passing right through the hands of the tight end, number 86.
Good pass by the quarterback.
About 2 foul out.
Young Thompson. Strong arm for a quarterback.
This is Keiki Mispeka. Open, up on the right side. Open on the right side. Good blocks there by the tight end. Keiki. Gain of about 12 yards. Good enough for a first down.
I think you misspected that. He took the opening kickoff and ran before someone scored. So him and outside the two running backs for the Samoan Sharks. Very active.
The first down, the ball right around the 40, 39-yard line. Young Thompson brings up the offense. The lone running back in the backfield is making his pickup. Long town foul, Young Thompson. Icky. He's still up on his feet. He's still loose.
He's going to be gone.
Oh, he's gone. And that's the one thing you don't want to do against good running backs is that you have arm tackling. You got to put your both arms and wrap around that running back. Because with speed like 80, he's going to go all the way. It looked like it was so smooth. He wasn't,
He was hit 2 or 3 times even before he got to the line of scrimmage, but he was able to break those tackles because, like I said, Veterans didn't wrap up. Didn't wrap up the running back, and what happens? He just bounces to the outside and lets that speed take over.
You know, against Samoana, you don't want to give them any momentum because once they do that, just like Samoana, I mean, Leone last week, they're going to take that momentum and
That's
put it to
actually,
good use.
it turns on the defense. You know, those linebackers become very active.
Kick is
Once
up,
they got the momentum.
and it's good. Delayed reaction by the head referee,
It was a nice kick by Richmond. Putting it directly in the middle
David
of the
Richmond.
making the PAT good. They scored that touchdown for the score. Samoana Sharks 7, Fagaitua Vikings 6. Very tough game in the beginning.
With
Very
6
tough.
minutes and 6 seconds left in the first quarter.
Explosive game. Something to the game that was played faster between the Fagaitua Vikings.
You know, they're not going to come in here and lay down. They're going to come on here and play. You know.
Fagaitua was prepared.
Good, good game plan so far by the coaching staff of the Fagaitua Vikings. To get them down and get that score. Well, you don't want to squander any scoring chances like that. That's the point. You want to get as many points as you can against a team that's Samoan because they're going to come back on it.
You know, we hate to say that you want to kick them while they're down, but you got to kick them while they're down. And then you can keep them there.
Okay, in respect of getting ready to kick off for the Samoana Sharks. Back to receivers, Afitu.
Shark kick.
Picked up by Artise. Muia. Taking it over to the sideline by fumbles. But the whistle was blown. An early whistle there by the ref. It looked like from our vantage point.
Oh, you know. It's like being in it's sort of Asian thing, right? I remember being to someone. But that was, he was down. He was down. I feel like in poor.
And Yosa Kuya pitches it off to Artise.
Nice catch.
Passes it to number 80. Completed to number 8. That's Militão Pit. Close to first down, but short by 2 yards.
The principal for Samoan is Lisa Pettit. Principal for the Fagaitua Vikings is Peel Gross.
Second and 2. Ball give it inside to Wade. Throw it foul. Good enough for a first down. Dragging their Liu Pao there on that last play.
Fagaitua Vikings are looking very impressive.
Offensively, yes they are.
Well, you remember I told you during the first game of the day that they're going to be stacking their middle linebackers. They're going to be stacking their linebackers, and that's what happened. They all stacked in the middle. Nobody was on the outside.
Good drive here again by the Tise. Initial contact was made by Quincy Sao in the backfield. And picked up there by George Asaleli. Samoana making several substitutions.
76 coming
Even with that play, he gained about 3 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 7.
in. Ryan Fire.
Ball close to the 45-yard line. Give it to Artise. Going outside this time
Number 32
was
there, right?
dragged behind by Quincy Sao. Quincy Sao. That kid was all over the field last week before he got kicked out of the game.
Oh, yeah. Well, Quincy Sal, I had to say, he's one of the better linebackers. Look at the linebacker from Leone. He's also a hot linebacker.
Be third down and about 6. Back to pass. Fake up the draw, and George Asalele really read it perfectly. Those linebackers are active, and they read that
fool anybody on that.
They didn't fool anybody. Well, they did fool George. He was in the backfield for a 5-yard
It was
loss.
like the old Statue of Liberty play, but then you just give it off.
You guys run that when you guys were there?
Wow, we run that one. That was true. That's an old play. We were more higher technological. You know,
So
just
it's
get the
fourth
ball
down.
and close your eyes and throw it.
Fourth down, punt it back to punt. Altise,
Nice kick.
kick, bouncing down outside of the 20-yard line, 22-yard line to be exact. So Samoana, good defense there and takes over on their own 22-yard line.
One of these different. If you come into the Vikings, you can do the
That was a good series. I think they should have went back to Altise a little bit more on the little screen they would have had. So, first and 10. Young Thompson brings up the offense. He looks bigger than some of the offensive line.
Oh, no kidding. Number 12 is a clear kid.
First and 10. Fake. Back to pass. And he's going to run. He's going to run. Young Thompson. Oh,
he's hit.
well, he's hit and he.
Foster.
Well, I mean, he hit.
He got hit. Oh, he hit Foster. That's right.
He carried Foster there.
He's bigger than Foster.
You know, that's where you got to hit a big man like that low. You don't want to take him up top. You got to hit him low. It's the only way you're going to bring him down.
Oh, you know, he outweighs Foster by a good 20 pounds. And taller than Foster, too.
Old school. Oh, they did get. Oh, it's close to first down.
Yes,
And they're bringing in the chains to measure.
I think they're going to be short. Short body out.
Second down and long 1 yard line.
All on the 31-yard line now from someone short. Your own territory.
Getting his troops back already is Young Thompson. Fairly solid offensive line there by the Samoan Sharks. Fagaitua is in the eagle. Ball was given up close. But he looked like he tripped. I don't know whether he tripped far enough for a first down. Guess he did get the first down.
It wasn't the first time I've seen him carry the ball from today.
Also, the tight end.
Why?
First and 10, and the chains move for the Samoan Sharks. The ball up the 33-yard line. Fagaitua showing blitz. Bad pass, and he had the receiver open. He had the receiver open.
He was just prone because he was being pressured.
About 2 foul line, tight end had him wide open. Nobody was covering out on play, but he underthrew him. He was getting pressured from the backside. Going to bring up second down. And 10. Ball 34, 33-yard line. And waiting on the referee there, taking his time getting back in.
He's trying to get through this first quarter, and he's taking his time.
Yeah. With 1:37 left in the first quarter. Inside to Mastocho.
There's a penalty.
And there's a penalty. Could be
holding. It looks like it's going to go against the Sharks.
it looked like it was a good play, but in the area. I think it was one number 50 or number 55 on the offensive line. I was grabbing a couple of Fagaitua jerseys. John Lill limping off to the sideline for the Fagaitua Vikings, being replaced by number 74. This is Samoana. Second down and 20 yards to go. All on the 24-yard line of the Samoana Sharks. Young Thompson calling the signal. Fake. Get a chase and getting sacked.
Right down. 42. He looked like the quarterback is hurt. He looked like he was bend his knee back.
And that spells bad news. I think when he tackled him, his knee got caught underneath his body, and his body went the wrong way, pressing on his knee. So it looks pretty serious from here.
When you're that big, huh? Big, that's a lot of weight to be put on that knee when it's being dragged up.
That was Kalani Silao. Had an exit game last week. Came up with a big play. And that was a big and crucial play for the Vikings. Them Thompson down there, he doesn't look like he's doing too well.
I have to wait until we get the final toss of the practice. That could be possibly the reason. You go lateral a little bit, right, left knee.
If you're looking at it, taking the time to look at it, that could be a big break for Fagaitua Vikings.
Some serious questions for the Samoan Sharks on who they had for the backup quarterback. John Thompson, he's the one who brought him out from that drought that they were having last year when they came in Young and Island. They were running the ball, weren't getting anywhere. We'll have to see. Another big kid then. It's the extra points. You need to see a young athlete like this get this kind of injury because this injury is like a nagging injury, even if you get it fixed, if you have it operated. But these days they have the arthroscopic surgery where you don't have to get it operated on. It's just the arthroscope to fix the impaired ligament.
I don't know if you had that kind of at our hospital.
I know, well, our hospital, we're trying to concentrate more on pilots. Better that microscopic stuff.
Working at it, you're working at it.
This kid is, if you want to see any type of kidney that would happen for the rest of his playing career, beyond high school.
Thompson, he's got the potential because he's
big potential.
The size and his arm, so well at least
show some camaraderie there with the Fagaitua Vikings also giving a hand to young Thompson as he's being carried off the field. Like we said earlier, it's going to pose some major questions for the Samoan Sharks and who's going to take over for young Thompson at quarterback.
There he comes, David Richmond, who's also the place kicker, taking over. That was a big defensive play by the Fagaitua Vikings, Kalani Silao. Big defensive play. And it keeps Samoana in their own territory. And with the wind going against the kicker, it's going to be hard to get a good kickoff. third down, and it's a passing situation. So, what do you see someone doing here?
Well, they're going to have to pass. It's third down. 34, they're going to have to pass, or maybe they're just going to try to run and get a couple yards and punt the football.
Inside 280. I guess they don't want to get any deeper, so they're trying to get enough room for the punter.
The problem is that the punter's going to be punting the rest of the game.
He's a pretty good punter, though. We'll see if he can get the ball over to the 50-yard line. That's what he needs to get that ball over there.
Just the ball to the 50-yard line, that'd be a great punt.
And the official calls a timeout with 54, 50. Oh,
They're letting the clock run down.
and we have a timeout call by Samoana.
47 seconds left in the first quarter. Fagaitua Vikings were very prepared. Their coaches were on their job, on their job. Preparing
Except
their team.
that long run back to Iki.
That's right.
They were doing a good job so far.
They're very well prepared for this football game, and
Some of the plays we hadn't seen, the last two games.
right, especially not that pass.
And it's been throwing someone off. So
Yeah, it takes a lot of pressure off the running back because they have such active linebackers on the Samoan Shark football team, where they got to now play a little bit honest instead of coming up so quick.
before they have to come up, make the play, they're now worrying about the pass, screen, draws.
Right
During
now,
that timeout, the score remains with 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Samoana 7 and Fagaitua Vikings 6.
looks like Richmond is also going to be doing the punting duties for the Samoan Shark.
Who do they have listed for a quarterback if he goes down?
Well, if Richmond goes down, they're going to have a big goal because he does the PAT, the field goals, and the punting duties for the Sharks. Plus, he's a second string quarterback.
One man back, number 20. Is for Fagaitua. Bad snap.
Oh, bad snap.
Bad snap.
Bad snap. Going to be a safety. There's going to be a safety for the.
I think that was a smart thing
That's
for
a very
the
smart
quarterback.
play.
Instead of giving them the touchdown, it gives them a safety, which is only 2 points.
Right.
But they still have to kick it out of their own area.
Well, let's see if they place the ball on the correct yard line.
I think they got it there this time. I think our man Dan finally gets it right this time. Marks the ball on the 20-yard line. With 54 seconds left. Wasn't it just 47 seconds left?
Yeah, the clock. It was supposed to go after they took it back to a minute.
Oh, they took it back to a minute. Oh,
Right,
so
and then
54
they
seconds left.
down from the minute.
On that safety, with a bad snap by the center from Samoana, the quarterback or the kicker threw it out of the end zone and caused for a safety, which gives Fagaitua 2 points. And the score now reads Fagaitua 8, Samoana 7. The same score that was last week between the Samoan Sharks and the Leone Lions. So now, officials got the placement on the ball right this time. They'll be kicking on the 20-yard line. And Keiki Mispeta kicking off.
Big breaks for the.
Good kick.
Oh, nice.
Couldn't handle it.
Wow,
And letting it go out of bounds.
I don't know. I don't think I can you can punt the ball also.
Yeah, he did punt, but it's still free kick.
I mean, when the ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, you still have options.
Oh,
You
so
still have it's just like a regular free kick.
I was thinking that wherever it goes out of bounds, that's where they have to take it.
they would have taken me on the 45-yard line for someone, they would have taken that option because you can re-kick it, take the ball out there, or take it out from 15 yards from your free kick line. So I guess they chose to, yeah. So I guess they chose to re-kick it, moving back to the 15. That was a good kick by Keiki. It was a smart move by Afitu, Palau, letting the ball go out of bounds, putting Samoana deeper in their own territory.
Yes,
It's coming to this side. Oh, and dropped by Filofosi. Tackled there by number 78.
That's Mark Leroy Mayama. He's a big switch grader too. Jesus.
Samoana got these big kids. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Fagaitua Vikings. On the 45-yard line, back to pass, Yasa Tuya, being pressured. Walks up, but it's dropped for a loss by Eliu Paupau. And number 73. Valenico.
14 seconds left in this first quarter. Hurry up offense. Oh, there's a illegal procedure.
And that'll march him back another 5 yards on that illegal procedure call. With 7 seconds in the first quarter. In the shotgun is Yosa Tuya. At 5 wide receivers. Back to pass. He's being pressured by Eliu Papau. And Tuo Teo. Passes, completes. Incomplete. He never had possession of that ball. And good defensive play by the linebackers for Samoana. And that was the end of the quarter with the score, Fagaitua 8, Samoana 7.
Got stuck by number 73 after he threw the football. That's far as Nico Moibao.
Good thing they didn't call roughing the passer there again on the Samoana Sharks.
And he kind of led with his helmet too.
We need to make aware to our officials that we gotta really hound on them about the using of the helmets. Like, those old days when we were tied, it was thought to be a good hit. You put a helmet right in the number. But nowadays, with so many head injuries,
we use leather.
Nowadays, with so many head injuries, it's used. They're using it as a weapon. So we see young Thompson there
being carted off the field by the.
Being carted off the field. By the EMS. He looks in serious condition. So we might not see young Thompson here today.
No,
or maybe even next couple of weeks.
I really think that he's got a major injury to his knee, so.
There's some mix up in on where the ball should be. Because the ball should be, I think it's the head linesman's job to keep the chain marks down, because you're gonna get the mix up on the yardage. That's all you should have marked the 5 yards. And it's the head linesman's job, who is Molia Sosemel. He's in charge of keeping the chain and the yard markers alert. So now they're going to have to remark where the original spot is.
But the ball is actually situated on the 46-yard line, right? You got to give them like 10 yards to go for the first.
The original ball is on the 46-yard line. And it was third and long. So we have an officials timeout here, and we'd like to thank our Pacific Cellular friend, in Yamawa, for sponsoring the Asha Games of the Week and also providing t-shirts to our players of the game.
We select after every game. Well, we don't select the offensive defensive player. We select just one player who we feel was a standout during that game.
See what had happened, I think they moved the chains too early before finding out exactly where the line, the ball should have been. All right.
So we're trying to decide whether or not to put the ball on the 46-yard line.
Well, let's make a call here. We can't spend the whole night over here. So.
If this sort of continues on while we hit or being burned out here from the sun, trying to make sure that we give our people here in the territory play-by-play calls, you know, take us a case here.
Live. Live.
Live, all right. There we go.
Well, I hope we straighten out our.
Got some action going. Well, actually, yeah, I can't wait till we get to halftime. But this game has been a very exciting game. With the Fagaitua Vikings, similar to what the other Lions did last week in the game.
Also, there was one critical play there with that roughing the kicker. When the rusher should just, try some way of trying to play like that.
Well, he roughed the kicker late too.
Yeah.
After the ball was gone.
So we're getting back here, and now the quarterback is Mike Tasse, who fumbles the pass.
Ooh, Danny Masani.
Danny Masaniai puts a big hit on Mike Tasse, who fumbled the snap in the shotgun. But Mike says he takes a licking and he keeps on ticking.
Well, I was sort of watching when the quarterbacks get into their shotgun position, they kind of far. They're back pretty far.
I think they're in a punting position now. Hope the center can get the ball back there. Oh. Will they have a dead ball foul? Delay of game penalty? Or illegal procedure? Or for moving the ball? You cannot pick up the ball. The center is what they call a snap deflection. You cannot pick up the ball.
Some centers do that sometimes when they're punting. I mean, when they're hiking, during punt situations, because they got to hike the ball a little bit farther.
You have to do that in practice, not during the game. Where
Nice hike.
back. A high punt, but picked up. Was it a fair catch? Oh, okay. We have a fair catch. You see the signal earlier.
That was a very good play, though, by the Samoan Shark receiver, number 3. Only that fair catch, because if the ball had bounced forward a couple yards, he just saved Samoan a couple yards.
That was Tuyuli Chiangrai, 5th grader from the village of Bangsa. So Samoana takes over on their own 45-yard line. In the full house backfield with David Richmond now at quarterback. Ball given to Keiki Muspeka up the middle. Tackled there by Mike Tasse, number 7. Bring up second down and 9, a gain of about 1 yard. Keiki going out. And Faftai Lefiti taking his place.
Tasse playing offense and defense.
There's several players on the Fagaitua squad that are going both ways here. Timeout called, I guess the clock. We're having some problems with the clock operator.
We're having problems with the coordinating the clock between the referees and the clock operator.
And with that timeout, we'd like to thank our sponsor, Pacific Cellular, for all your cellular phone needs. OSC man over there at Laufo Shopping Center, Pacific Cellular, sponsor of all of the Asha football games. And with that break, we start the clock and game. Ball inside, up the middle to Faftai Lefiti. Short gain up the middle for 2 yards. It brings third down and about 7. With 9 minutes and 59 seconds left in the half, the score Fagaitua 8, Samoana 7. Samoana switching their running backs in and out. Now coming in for Faftai is Edward Lalau for Samoana. Still at quarterback is David Richmond. There's a delay of game. You only have 25 seconds to get that play off once the official gets the ready for play signal. And as soon as he blows that whistle, you got 25 seconds. And Samoana loses 5 yards, so it'll be third down and 12. Ball tipped and intercepted. Ball tipped and intercepted by Fitu Fa'alaulau.
Like I said, I think you're one of the better players or one of the most athletic players on the Fagaitua Vikings squad.
And another one of those players going both ways. He's been one of the standout players on defense, especially the last couple of games.
Now he also plays receiver on offense. That kid, he can't weigh more than 140 pounds.
And a big break from Fagaitua Vikings. They get the ball on the Samoana 44-yard line. Pitching out to Altise. And then Liu Pao Pao brings him down for a loss.
Then Liu Pao Pao fighting through those blockers. When he was able to make the tackle for a loss. Loss of about 4 yards on the last one.
Good lateral pursuit by the Samoana Shark linebacker group. They have to come big today because their quarterback, their leading quarterback, is gone for the game.
Samoana didn't have a strong offense from the get-go, but defense is really going to have to show their stuff this game.
Give it to Alatise. Alatise stop right at the line of scrimmage.
He's solid.
By Quincy Sao and George Asaleli. Bring up third down and 12. Passing situation for the Fagaitua Vikings. When these guys, Fagaitua always comes prepared to play Samoana. And this is another one of those tough games.
Well, this is also a strong rivalry.
He also fakes.
He's wide open.
And wide open to the tight end. Oh! wide open to many Mulitao Pele. Wide open, nobody near him within 5 yards, and goes through his hands.
Well, Manny was calling for the football. Did you see Manny calling for the
But I
football?
think what had happened, he had to turn around, and he was trying to catch it. Turning around, trying to catch it at the same time, and the ball went right through his hands.
And the sun got in his eyes. And
Big break there by,
break by the
big break there for the Samoana Sharks. Big break.
well, Mulitalo Pele missing a big chance for the sport.
Yuli Shanghai back to receive. Taking it. Went to the left side and brought down there by number 20. Abe Stortol. So Samoana gets the ball back at the 25-yard line. And since Young Thompson was out, have not been able to manage a first down these last couple of series.
We got Richmond at quarterback, and he came in cold. But,
Through that interception.
through that interception.
So I think they're going to go revert back to their full house, which they've been in since David Richmond has replaced Young Thompson. Inside, on the right side, is Nastoto.
So far, the Fagaitua Vikings really putting their best foot forward and playing against the Samoana Sharks. Samoana Shark fans are very subdued in regards to their reaction.
Samoana, they have to do a lot more of these rushing. You know, the average got to average around 6-7 yards a crack to get any yards or get any movement up to the offensive line.
And they got to get their first down since Thompson, since
Again,
Richmond took
giving
over.
it to
But, oh,
the Edward Lau, wide open, going to the right side, still on his feet, and brought down there by number 4. There he is again. Feet to Lau.
Edward Lau, good open field run.
6, Edward Lau. Now coming in is Eiki Respecta. 6:41, running down in the track. What's the score? Fagaitua 8. Samoana 7. First and 10 on the 44-yard line. David Richmond behind the center. Fagaitua showing blitz. Eiki going outside.
He's
Going nowhere. Stopped by number 27, Chris Fofoa. Initial contact made there by the defensive back.
This before leading the charge on that defensive end. The defensive line is doing a great job up there.
We'll bring up 2nd and 9, a gain of about a yard.
Teddy Barber got a little bit of publicity this week on the newspaper. Playing a good game today.
Now,
I said fumble.
Yeah, fumble.
Translation leaking up there on that blitz sort of made the quarterback nervous.
Made the center flinch there and had to snap it early. Going to bring up 3rd down.
It's just that run by Edward Lau, but they haven't even moved the ball. On the past 2 running backs.
You might have to rely on your defense to pin the Fagaitua offense back in your own area. Up the middle, wide open. It would allow close to a first
He's
down,
still going.
and he's past the first
He's
down
not
marker.
first down.
And they will be moving the chain with no flag on the field.
You know, they should keep Edward Lau in the football field. They should give him some quality yards.
That's the only time I guess the offensive lineman is making some holes. You know, some of they have a full house, which is got 2 fullbacks up front. The offensive lineman first charge, and then the second initial charge by the 2 fullbacks who's leading up the hole. Edwards just being able to get a good surge by that offensive line and the 2 fullbacks. So time running down to 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Our officials' crew hasn't stopped the clock because of their chain.
Yeah, you're right.
The clock is still running. With first down and 10 yards to go on the 44-yard line. David Richmond
Hands off.
moves it up the middle
Thank you.
to Ngastoto. Ngastoto stopped there by Mike Tasse and Chris Fofa. And now it's a 4-minute warning with 3 minutes and 52 seconds. The score 5-2-8. Samoana 7. For all your for your cellular needs, go and see Pacific Cellular down at Laufo Shopping Mall. Second down